sweet friends to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy, my husband is Paul. We're an early retirement, debt and mortgage-free couple living in the Hudson Valley area of New York. And our videos just show you how to have a full, abundant life while spending less money. Today's video, I am so excited about. We have jam-packed this video again. This video is also in collaboration with Darlene over at the channel Super at 60. She is a wonderful homemaker. She shares cooking tips and recipes. She's going to be sharing some Christmas breakfast ideas. So when you're done watching this video, head on over to Darlene's channel and get some extra ideas for some Christmas morning breakfast. So let's get right to today's video. It is all about being content in our frugal lifestyle. Being content basically means we're happy with what we have. We're not always searching for that elusive high of having more, getting more, bigger, brighter, shinier, just being really content with what we have. I am going to share some mouth-watering Christmas breakfast ideas with you. Oh my goodness, one of them, you are going to be shocked at the ingredient I'm using because I don't think I have ever shown this product on my channel. I really don't, and when you see what I'm cooking with, you're going to be like, what? But it is so good. I'm also going to share a simple table decor. Sit back, relax. The first thing we're going to do is get in the kitchen and whip up a Christmas breakfast casserole that you prepare the night before. So easy, decadent, delicious. Turn the camera around, come with me in the kitchen. These are the ingredients you need to make our overnight cheesy bacon casserole. Now you do not have to use bacon. You can use sausage, you could use ham, you could use cooked vegetables. Whatever you're using though, in place of the bacon, please make sure it is cooked fully. The way we're creating it is 5 slices of crispy bacon, 6 slices of bread. Now we're using sourdough, whatever kind of bread you feel comfortable with, just make sure it's not too thick. A little squirt of mustard, not too much. I know that sounds weird, but it's really very delicious. We have 6 eggs, 2 cups of milk, 6 ounces of grated cheese. We used Colby Jack. Any kind of cheese would work with this. A little salt, pepper, and onion powder to taste. That's it. How much easier can this be? The first thing we're going to do is cube the bread. Now we leave the crust on. Some people take the crust off. I think it's just as good with the crust, and this way we're not wasting anything. So we're going to cube all 6 slices. What we're going to do now is crack all 6 eggs into a large bowl. Now I'm just going to give these a quick whisk to break up the yolks. We're going to add our 2 cups of milk, some cracked black pepper to taste, a little onion powder to taste, and at this point you can add salt as well. But for us, the cheese and the bacon has enough salt, so we're okay. And I am going to give just a squirt, some Dijon mustard. You can use any mustard you would like. Now we're going to whisk this all together again and get it incorporated. What I love about this recipe is everything gets mixed in one bowl. How great is that? Now we're going to add our 6 ounces of cheese. We're going to take our 5 super crispy pieces of bacon and just crumble them in. And don't forget, if you'd like to use some cooked sausage instead of the bacon, cooked ham, even cooked vegetables, long as everything is cooked. And now we're just going to add our bread cubes to this as well. Just going to take a spatula and coat the bread, mix everything together. Don't forget, always save your butter wrappers. Put them in the refrigerator after you finish a stick of butter. And there is nothing better to grease your pan with. So we want to grease a 9 by 13 baking pan. And now we're just going to take our mixture and put it into the pan. And don't forget, always scrape your bowl. You don't want to waste food ever. And there's a lot left in the bowl if you don't scrape it. Get all that yummy goodness. And now we're just going to cover it with foil. Once you're done covering it completely with a piece of foil, you're going to place it in the refrigerator and leave it there till tomorrow morning. This just came out of the refrigerator after being in there all night. That is what it now looks like. You can see the bread absorbed all those wonderful ingredients. You have to keep it covered. Now this is something I do. Instead of taking a freezing cold pan and putting it into a 350-degree oven, I always think that the pan might crack. So what I do is I put my pan in when the oven is cold. Then I preheat the oven and the pan at the same time. My oven is off. I'm going to put our breakfast casserole in, and then I'm going to put my oven on 350 degrees. I just placed the breakfast casserole in the oven, and I just set the oven to preheat. Now, once the oven is preheated, we'll cook it covered with the foil for 45 minutes. Our casserole is baking nicely Christmas morning, or any morning really, in the oven for 45 minutes. So what do we do during that time? Unwrap gifts, we relax, we listen to Christmas music, maybe have a cup of tea or coffee, and then before we know it, that 45 minutes is up. Now it's gotta cook uncovered for 30 more minutes. Let's create a 2-ingredient recipe that can go into the oven for the last 30 minutes that casserole has to cook. Wait till you see what convenience food item I am using. They were so good. Let's turn the camera around. And yes, I know, before I get comments, these are prepared. $2.50 a can. It's Christmas, people. Come on. All right, let me show you what we're going to do. So we need 1 can of the cinnamon rolls. And if you can get the swirled ones, that's very important because a lot of the cinnamon rolls now are just like biscuits. They're flat, but I did see these with the swirl. That's what you want. You're going to need 8 sausages. They must be fully cooked. We're using the Jones all-natural pork sausage. Whatever sausage you get has to be fully cooked, or you need to cook it yourself ahead of time. And these are defrosted. We let them defrost in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. So we're going to take our creamy, dreamy icing and set it aside for a minute. And we're going to take these perfect little cinnamon rolls, and we are going to unroll them. Make sure you grease your pan or use a baking mat. Then we're going to take one of our little sausages, and we are going to do exactly what I'm doing. And then we're just going to wrap it around the sausage and put the ends facing down. Our egg bake cooked covered for 45 minutes. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that. Now the next thing we're going to do, my oven is on 350. We're going to lower it to 325. We're going to remove the foil, bake it uncovered at 325 for 30 minutes. And right next to it is our sweet and savory pigs in a blanket. This is going to be so good. How easy was this? Both of them are super easy. The other one is a 1 bowl. So now it's lowered to 325. I'm going to put these in, set the timer for 30 minutes. I know, the queen of cooking from scratch is using canned cinnamon rolls. Hey, it's all good. It's Christmas. $2.50 a can. I just couldn't pass it up. It's Christmas morning. And wait till you see how these turn out. So delicious. So everything is in the oven. We have 30 minutes now. I am going to show you how to create a simple tablescape. It's Christmas morning. We're not over the top here. We're keeping it simple. We want to set a festive table. Even if you're alone or just two people, I encourage you to do this. Make it a little special. Bring some frugal contentment into your lives using things you already have in your home. So for that last 30 minutes, we're going to show you how to just set a simple tablescape. We're starting with a blank canvas when it comes to our Christmas morning table. I love vintage, so I have a vintage cloth on here. You can use anything. Anything. A red cloth, a white cloth, a green cloth, a blue cloth. It doesn't matter. All you're doing is just taking a second to make your breakfast table welcoming. It doesn't take long. Plan out what you want to do ahead of time, and it will be effortless. So this is the blank canvas we're working with. Now I'm going to show you how to make an adorable silverware holder using a napkin. We use cloth napkins because that's just who we are, but you can use paper napkins, it'll work fine. You're going to do seam side down to start it. So what we're going to do is make a rectangle, just like this. We're going to make a square, just like that. Then you see these loose ends? We're going to take the first loose end and bring it up so it makes like a little triangle. Now we're going to flip it over and we're going to bring in one side, the other side, flip it around, and you have a lovely silverware holder. And you always remember alphabetical. The fork comes first because it begins with F. The knife comes second because it begins with a K. And the spoon goes last because it begins with an S. There you go. How adorable is that? So we're just starting with our plate. That's it first. I am not getting fancy. I am not going to put a plate on top of a plate. This is breakfast. We're keeping it simple. So that goes first. Then we put our silverware right on top of the plate. We have these gold colored glasses. They're little juice glasses. Found them at a flea market many years ago. I think I paid $1 a piece. So they're going to go right here to the right of our plate. So now it's a very simple tablescape. That's okay. It looks beautiful. It looks welcoming. But the middle needs a little something. So I have these old-fashioned candle holders, and you can see the date says 1958 on these. I always put a little tin foil in just so that the candles don't rock. Then I found these beautiful Christmas tree candles at a thrift store. Right here, minimum donation was $1. The Christmas tree candles just brought the whole table together. It picked up the greens, it picked up the white, it picked up the gold. We don't ever light the candles, they're just there for decoration. Keep it simple, use what you have. It is all about being content, being happy just to be together, and eating some really yummy food too. So now, our table is set, the food is ready. We're going to be taking it out of the oven in a minute. I want you to just stop for a second and look around your home. The home that provides you the contentment to deal with what's out there. Look at the lights on the tree, if you have a tree up. If you don't, maybe you just have a simple nativity or a creche. Focus on that for a minute. So many times in the hustle and bustle of this season, we just get lost in the consumerism. Slow down, enjoy this week leading up to Christmas. Enjoy it, embrace it, relax in it. Being content is just finding joy in the everyday and not always searching for more. And not always saying, well, the grass is so much greener over there. You know what? Your grass is pretty green as well. Remember that. So now we're going to take those delicious breakfast foods out of the oven. Let's see how they came out. Both of these are done at the same time. For the finishing touch, I took that icing and I heated it up on the stove for a second, and we're just drizzling some of it on. So the presentation is absolutely beautiful, and I will bring this to the table. Look at this egg bake, how it came out. It is absolutely beautiful. And our little savory sweet pigs in a blanket. Now what I would serve this with is just a bowl of some fresh fruit. Cut up some oranges, some apples, bananas. That will kind of balance the richness of these foods. Wishing you a blessed Christmas morning. Everything that we made was Paul approved. He enjoyed it so much. We didn't film him eating because it had been a long day of cooking and filming, and I told him he was off the hook. What did you think of the food?
I couldn't believe how simple it was to make. And it tastes delicious with the bacon in there and everything. It was delicious. The sausages wrapped in the cinnamon roll were just fun to eat. There was like finger foods. I know I loved it.
The other thing you can do with the cinnamon rolls and the little sausages is dip it in maple syrup. I know some people do that as well. So it was so funny when we were making the egg bake, Paul said, "Why aren't you putting vanilla in?" I said, no, this is savory. I said, this has got bacon and cheese. There's no vanilla. But he was already thinking maple syrup on top of that. I ate it just as it is, and it was so good. So give that a try. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are here from Darlene's channel, we welcome you. We hope you hit that subscribe button and become part of our frugal family. And don't forget to head on over to Darlene's channel. I will link her video down below so you can head right over there and see what she's making for Christmas morning breakfast. Today's question of the day: what are you cooking for Christmas? It could be Christmas breakfast, it could be Christmas dinner, lunch, Christmas Eve. What are you making for your main meal this year? Please share it with us. We need more inspiration, and I know our viewers can always use some more inspiration. So today's question of the day, leave it down below in the comments. What are you making for your main holiday meal? We thank you again for spending this time with us. We ask that you give this a big thumbs up, please. It helps us so much. Subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget that comment. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God bless you.